Hi everyone, welcome for this video session. The today topic is data visualization. So in this data visualization is the art and science of making data easy to understand and consume for the end users. We know that it is the practice of translating information into visual context such as a map or graph to make data easier for the human brain to understand and pull insights from. The main goal of data visualization is to show the data in the form of human view, because ideal visualization shows the right amount of data in the right order as well as in the right visual form. So to convey the high priority information, we can convey the more information through the visualization of data. So the right visualization requires an understanding of the consumer's needs, nature of the data, and many tools and techniques available to present the data. We can visualize the data in the various forms also. So the right visualization arises from the complete understanding of the totality of the situation, and one should use visual to tell a true, complete, and fast-paced story. So earlier informations also can be adopted in the data, and that data can be visualized. And you can see this diagram. The data can be visualized with how either, let's say, 80%, 75%, 50%, 25% of data, human populations, as well as you can combine the informations like ABC, and you can show the data in the form of a line charts, and also you can show the in the mapped data you can show like this, and the data can be shown with the bar charts like this. So data can be visualized in the different forms, either by putting the dotted like this, the curves, either linear or non-linear curves. So data visualization is the last step in the data life cycle usually, because after collections of data, after well documented all the data, it should be visualized properly. So this is where the data is processed for presentation in an easy to consume manner to the right audience for the right purpose. So one can use from the data visualization. The main purpose of data visualization is to one should easily understand what actually the values are available in the data. So one can easily predict the present situation. So the data should be converted into language also, and format that is best preferred and understood by the consumer of data. The presentation should aim to highlight the insights from the data in an action, and if the data is presented in too much detail, then the consumer of the data might lose interest, and they may lose their interest and insight also. So we have to select some particular important specific few amount of data, and then it should be presented. No too much amount of data should be presented in the data visualization. So you can see this diagram how the our big data analytics, in the big data analytics we can represent the data in the text analytics as well as predictive analytics processing method. In case of big data, first we have to understand what is the data we should go to present, and we should form it into you have to apply some big data technologies in order to save the data, in order to sort, and or we can manipulate those data in the correct format. Then we should go for mining the data. Unwanted information should be removed from the data, that's in data mining. Then go for text analytics. So after text analytics, output of the text analytics will be given to analyze that data. Then we are getting some big insights of the data. So this entire thing in the big insights, we can see we can predict analytics like deployment data, modeling the data, statistics, applying statistics to the data. So by applying all these things, we can go for visualize the data. So data can be presented in the form of rectangular tables, or it can be presented in some colorful graphs also for various types. The purpose is to understand the correct form of data, because there are various types of data can be clubbed together in a one chart. So we can understand easily what should be the data in each the chart, how it can be categorized by using a colorful things. So small, non-comparative, highly labeled data sets usually belongs in these tables. However, as the amount of data it has been grows, then graphs are preferable. So graphs helps always, it gives the shape to the data. That is why the purpose of we should use a graphics in order to shape the structurize the data. So then after that, in order to achieving the excellence in visualization is important. So this excellence in visualization means achieving some excellence in data visualization. It requires some planning, knowledge of established principles, and appropriate use of available tools. So that's why the data visualization is one of the steps actually in the data science process, which states that after data has been collected, it is processed and modeled, it must be visualized for some conclusions to be made. Data validation is also an element of the some broader data presentation architecture in the discipline. So achieving the excellence in data visualization requires a planning that address and the decision makers purpose for using the data and the display needs of that entire data set. First of all, we have to show and even reveal the data also. Data should be tell a particular story. What is the earlier things to be done? What actually they have done in earlier cases, especially a story hidden in a large mass of data. So, however, reveal the data in context so the story is correctly told. Induce the viewer to think of the substance of the data. So, the format of the graph should be so natural to the data that hides itself and lets data shine, avoiding some distorting what the data have to say. So we have to apply some statistics. It can be used into the entire data set in the name of the simplifying. Some crucial context could be removed, leading to distorted communication.